Hey, all you comic book readers and true believers, it's Tuesday, and I'm your ever-loving blue-eyed comic book guy, Mitch Harmon. You guys know what's up. Mitch's Picks. From IDW Comics, Dying is Easy, #1, written by Joe Hill, art done by Martin Simmons. This is a new series coming out of IDW Comics, written by Joe Hill. Kind of getting away from his horror aspect and diving a little bit into crime, murder mystery, I guess you could say. Sid Holmes is a retired cop trying out a little bit of stand-up comedy. He's not too bad, but that is he's kind of getting some of his jokes stolen by some of the local talent, and he, as any good comic does, meets them in the alleyway and beats them senseless and lets them know, hey, don't do that anymore. And he thinks all is fine until the next morning he comes to find out that the guy that he senselessly beat in the alleyway ends up dead. He was for sure he was alive when he left, but, things do happen sometimes. This is a new series coming out of IDW Comics, not for kids, not just for the graphic nature of the story, but also there is a little bit of swearing in this as well. But written by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. Wonderful stuff he's got going on through the Vertigo titles of all of his horror aspects and whatnot, but then diving into this murder mystery stuff. Really good stuff, guys. Check it out. From Marvel Comics, Doom 2099, one-shot, written by Chip Zdarsky, art done by Marco Castiello. This is a one-shot tying into all that 2099 stuff. This is kind of giving you the origin of Doom, how this future Doom kind of came into power, how he got all of his followers, I guess kind of setting him into this universe that we have already seen, where he's captured this Watcher and all these other crazy shenanigans that are actually going on in this 2099 arc that's going on. Like I said, this one highlights his story a little bit more, waking up in a desert wasteland, trying to figure out exactly how he got there and where he is. Come to find out that he is in the future, and, well, Doom does what he does best. Looks to just, well, I'm just going to take over this world as well. Just a one-shot, this one. I really like this a lot. I wish they would turn this into an ongoing, just because Chip Zdarsky is an amazing writer, and also it's Doom, so who doesn't love a little bit of Victor Von Doom? But if you want more of this, there's all that 2099 stuff that's going on with the one-shots, also with the Amazing Spider-Man series as well. So if you're looking for more of that, read up on that, guys. Check it out. From Image Comics, Undiscovered Country, #2, written by Scott Snyder and Charles Soule, art done by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Daniele Orlandini. Normally I don't pick an issue 2 following an issue 1 as Mitch's Picks, as a recommendation. Feel like I already did the #1, you kind of already got it just for what the story is. And this one, it definitely plays off of what happened in the first issue, but it definitely takes the story a little bit further as far as the depth of what is going on. Like I said for the first issue, America has been closed off from the world for 30 years. This giant wall built around it where no one's kind of coming in, no transmissions, no jet planes, nothing. It's just been closed off. And then finally been asked to come in to America, only to be attacked by these raiders, almost like a Mad Max type of group of guys. And in this issue, you learned a little bit about their past, and also the main characters, the two siblings, you learned about when they were finally shipped off, and also who this Uncle Sam guy was that showed up at the very end of the first issue, who swears he's Uncle Sam, but obviously there's no way that could actually be Uncle Sam, because this is set in the future, and today he's not even alive. Anything written by Scott Snyder, I'm always going to recommend, but you got Charles Soule attached to this as well, so it's going to be phenomenal, guys. If you like this dystopian type of future stuff, this is definitely up your alley, guys. Check it out. From DC's Black Label, Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child, one-shot. Written by Frank Miller, art done by Raphael Grandpa. This story takes place 3 years, I believe, after the events of the Master Race. Carrie Kelly's just been kind of going around doing what she does best, which is, in this situation, being Batwoman. She is much better than Batman, or at least that's my depiction of it, at least. I would say she's a lot better than what Batman does, because she actually seems to enjoy this. Whereas Batman was always a curmudgeon old man who he didn't like breaking necks, but he did it anyways. This also follows more so the hints of the Golden Child, follows Superman's newest son, Jonathan, and his... really it starts out with his sister Laura kind of going through and showing him the awfuls of humanity, how all they do is consume and they fight and bicker amongst each other, and there's no real peace. But Jonathan, even though he's very young, still sees peace amongst people and whatnot, and says that humanity is worthwhile saving. Laura doesn't really help out a whole lot, especially when she starts to say the dark side starts to make a little bit of sense with his anti-life equation and so on and so forth. Little macabre, I guess you could say, but this is just a one-shot. Like I said, spinning out of the events that happened in Master Race, and I'm sure this is bridging the gap between this and whatever else Frank Miller has for the Dark Knight Returns series. Nothing that you need to, no continuation of story. Like I said, this is one and done. We will see more, I'm sure, coming of it, but I really, really hope to see more Carrie Kelly Batwoman because Carrie Kelly is the best, guys. Check it out. From IDW Comics, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 100. Written by Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz. Art done by Dave Watcher and Michael Dialynis. This is kind of a legendary issue right now, guys. This is the first time Ninja Turtles have ever reached 100, whether it's done through the Mirage series, Archie series, what have you. This is the first time we've ever had in consecutive row 100 issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this one's a big one, guys. This kind of is an accumulating story been going on since issue 50, when Splinter took over the Foot Clan, defeated the Shredder, and has tried to use the Foot for good. But some things are bad, and no matter amount of good steering can make them any better. Kitsune, which is Orokusaki's lover, she tries to resurrect her lover, Orokosaki the Shredder, in hopes that he's going to be able to bring balance to this world, and mostly so she can be reunited with her lover. Which in doing so, she has to resurrect the dragon, which is her father, the dragon god, which he just wants to destroy the earth, but she doesn't care. She just wants her lover. As the Turtles race, and now are also teaming up with some bad guys, Bebop and Rocksteady, along with other people, to try to stop this end of the world type of thing going on. But the only thing that could really seem to stop it is his ultimate sacrifice from a long-standing character, who I'm really hoping is not the actual end of this, but we'll have to see how this goes. This is, like I said, kind of an end of an era. This story has been, like I said, accumulating since issue 50, technically since issue 1, with all the crazy stuff that's been going on in this series. I really, really like this series. I know Kevin Eastman says he's going to take a backseat to this and let Tom Waltz take over, but that's totally fine because I've been digging this story all the way up for 100 issues and beyond, guys. Really, really dig this story. I recommend everyone to at least read the first few volumes. Really good stuff. And it's been written by the original TMNT guys. So check it out, guys. That's all my picks for this week, everyone. Keep reading your comics, true believers. See you guys next week.